What's going on, guys? This is Carl with the Racerred channel. On this ride, I went all the way to Crescent City, through the Redwoods, and saw Crater Lake. We took all kinds of adventures on this trip, so it was a really, really amazing ride. I wanted to do this edit all the way through, just kind of to let you see a lot of the ride. That said, I've done thousands of edits to this, so there's still plenty of that, but I didn't want to break it up into multiple videos, so I really wanted you to get the sense of what it was like to be on this trip. The wind noise isn't too bad, and I'm talking most of the video. I didn't want to kind of corrupt the video by putting a music overlay over a bunch of it or anything like that. Yeah, sit back and enjoy the adventure. Riding all the way to the Redwood National Forest. So we are in New Plymouth still right now. We're gonna go stay the night at Klamath Falls and then make the rest of the trip tomorrow. Today we have probably 8 hours of riding. It's gonna be a longer day today. Can't really hear myself talk very much, but got my earplugs in. Alright, I've been looking forward to this trip for a while. I ordered GB luggage for this bike and I was supposed to get it on time, but I did not. So that sucks. But we ended up making a rack for the back of this thing, and it actually is going to work out pretty good, I think. So we got a big old dorky backrest on the back of this right now, and it's functional. It's all functional with no hooks. So hopefully it's comfortable. I got my wife on the back and we're ready to go. I've done a lot of cool trips this year already and looking forward to this one. It's going to be super fun. This MT9 Yamaha has been a really great bike for this kind of riding, and this helmet is another factor that I really enjoyed using over other helmets. It's just really comfortable. I've tried all kinds of different helmets, and I always go back to this O'Neill helmet. On this MT9, we made some modifications. Like I said, we put a rack on the back of this thing with a big old backrest for my wife, and then we also lowered her foot pegs an inch and a half. So that should help quite a bit. Nyssa, Oregon. So much history here. Like that building there off to our right, built in the late 1900s. Nice mural. Is that what you call those? Yeah, I think so. I don't speak English anymore. Thunder Egg Coffee Company. Valley-wide country store. I'm just naming businesses as I ride through downtown Nyssa. My first close call of the trip, I was really running low on fuel. I started out with an indicated half tank, and now I'm on 1 bar down there, so got a sigh of relief as I came into view on this town up here. This is Vail, Oregon. But starting out with half a tank was almost a whoopsie. Most of the time when I'm riding by one of these big boulder fields or big rock formations, rock cliffs, I always think about how that got formed. It'd be cool to be able to rewind time, just sit there and rewind time and see how that happened, how that became what it is today. Might be pretty surprised. Cool bridge. And we are in Vail, able to get some gasoline in this puppy. And unfortunately, the wife is already extremely uncomfortable back there. Hopefully make it more comfortable. Last trip I did, it got really bad to where she was just miserable. Hopefully we can figure it out, get that squared away. We've already put a lot of effort into that seat back there to make it the best possible comfort-wise that you could do. There's a custom gel pad and then a pressure point relieving pad inserted into that, which is the exact pad that she uses to relieve pain when she's sitting in office chairs and stuff like that. So I don't know. We're gonna have to try to figure something out. What's going on, guys? We just got done eating in Ventura, Oregon, and we are back on the road. My wife and I shared a Hawaiian burger and a buffalo burger. Bison meat is pretty good stuff. No better or worse than cow. Just did 270 miles isn't all that bad. I think we should be able to do it pretty easily. Anyways, guys, we're heading towards Burns, and then we're going to be in Bend. Burns and Bend. Hopefully we're going to find a bicycle shop where we can get some padded bicycle shorts. Help my wife out a little bit, hopefully get her comfortable. And then it's on to Klamath Falls. Has a little bit more of a mountain feel to it here. Figured I would start filming right here. Let you guys see this kind of cool view of the valley down below as we drop down this hill. I always enjoy parts of the road that are like this. Get to a high point and start riding down. There are a bunch of fires, though. There really are a whole bunch in Idaho and Oregon. So, hoping for some rain, but hopefully not too much during this trip. Hopefully it just rains around us and not on us. Well, here we are in Burns, Oregon. Probably going to stop for some gas. Kind of keep our eyes peeled for a bicycle shop. 99 miles until we get to Klamath Falls. Oh yeah, I got my music in. This is nice. Alright, another beautiful view of the valley from up above. To my right is Lake Abert. Like if Bert and Ernie were Canadian, Ernie would be like, "Hey Bert." Just look at that. And of course to our left we have a giant cliff face. Lots of big ledges. I haven't seen people hang glide in a long time. That's one thing. Every time I would come to a cliff edge, it seemed like I could see hang gliders growing up. But I haven't seen one of those for a long time. Maybe people just got out of that. So the bikes we're riding during this video are an MT9 Yamaha. That's the bike that I'm riding, which is a really, really good combination of a lot of things that I like. So this bike is really a low profile bike. It's a minimalist bike, although it does have a ton of horsepower and it's got a lot of torque. The other bike that we have on this trip is a 650 SWM Super Dual T. So T stands for touring model, and it was pretty trouble-free all the way until, I would say, the last half, and it had an issue that we couldn't figure out during the trip, really. We did see that there was leaking a lot of oil. He had aftermarket exhaust put on that bike, and it started running really lean after that. With the stock exhaust, it was really heavy and just didn't run great. So there was an improvement once he put the aftermarket exhaust on it, but then it was running, like I said, way too lean. So he put the Fuel X device on there. That ended up dumping way too much fuel into the bike. We didn't know for sure what was going on, but we thought the engine was toast. That ended up not being the case. We just leaned out his Fuel X. He changed the oil in his bike and it ended up being fine. Lakeview 23 miles, Klamath Falls 119. Well, this is Lakeview. Klamath Falls to the right. don't know if you can see it off in the distance, but there's a fire. It's a lot of smoke coming up. What's going on, guys? We're finally at our destination. I think this place is called like Orreal, something like that. Anyways, our Airbnb is just about a minute away. Shouldn't take us long to get there. Been riding all day. Beautiful spot though. This is a really nice looking area. Got some fruit bowl stuff, bunch of eggs. Albertsons is always a good resource. We are going to be back at it tomorrow. Looking forward to another fun day of riding my motorcycle. Alright, right now we're heading to the 140. We just left our Airbnb, went to Big 5 Sporting Goods, got a big pad for the back of this thing, so hopefully that helps comfort-wise. And we are on our way to Grants Pass currently. Just riding by Klamath Falls Lake. We're going to take this around the lake to the far side of it, kind of hang a left to Grants Pass near Medford. I don't know why I always feel that Medford, like anything that ends with Ford, seems like a dumpy place. It's not necessarily true, but if I was the mayor of the town, I might try to change the name of it. Berg is different. So if you have a Berg, like Roseburg, Oregon, it still sounds nice to me, but Ford, I don't know what it is about that. It doesn't sound nice. Ville is always a pretty name. Like if you had Medville or something. I mean, it sounds a lot better than Ford for some reason. But we are nearing our destination, which is Crescent City. That's kind of going to be our home base, I believe, before we head into the Redwood National Forest. Got a scenic overlook coming up in a half of a mile, and looks like it's a pretty scenic overlook right now coming down the backside of this mountain. Into the valley, you can see a lot of smoke. Nothing new here. Both Oregon and Idaho are on fire all over the place right now, so plenty of smoke in the area. A little bit of gas left. I think I should be okay based off of the mileage that I was looking at between towns. I hope the next town does have a gas station though. Tree line kind of coming out of nowhere. Sometimes it seems that way. Oftentimes it's because people cut the trees to clear for a field or for whatever they're doing, but also a lot of the time it's just naturally that way. Kind of strange how not spread out a lot of the time. It just no trees and then bam, you got trees. Could have something to do with the soil. Of course, if you're high elevation, could have something to do with your elevation. A little too high and trees can't grow anymore. Alright, well, we're entering a little town, it looks like here. Hopefully they have a gas station. Lake of the Woods. It's going to be here in 4 miles. We just passed Crater Lake. Maybe we'll stop there on the way back. Oh, so those two go on a separate light. I was a little worried because there's 4 lanes going the same way. This is a situation I haven't seen before. Pass, it's the Climate. This looks like historic downtown. Pretty nice flowers on these light posts. There are some cities I've visited, like Victoria, Canada, where they have a crew going around every night to water those. Redwood Empire, Oregon Caves, Golden Gate Bridge, right lane. Well, would you look at this? This is a cool bridge. Bike behind me, so I better pull over. About another hour until I get to Crescent City. Getting into some pretty thick trees. It's getting close. I can feel the temperature has dropped slightly since that last town. It was getting pretty hot there for a bit. Hopefully next to the ocean it should drop down around 60. Should be there at about 3:30, and then we'll stop and hang out, get checked into our B&B, and then after that, go explore around a little bit. Tomorrow we're going to be doing Redwoods, nice windy road, going through the forest. Hopefully this continues. Hey, look, there's a couch on the side of the road there. Sit down, relax. I think the state puts that there. Nice old hobo couch. You might bring some bugs home with you. That's actually the state of Oregon's statue that will represent the state. It'll be put up in the Capitol, next to the Capitol building. They'll put a couch on the side of a road, and right next to it will be a tent. So they've decided that will be their state representation, and we're leaving Oregon. Oh no, I just left Oregon, I think. Yep, I just left Oregon. I just became a communist in California. Oregon thanks you. Come back soon. Crescent City is another 40 miles. Welcome to California. I was hoping they didn't look too hard. I have all kinds of carrots, apples, vegetables from Venezuela on me, as well as a homegrown Idaho 10mm semi-automatic pistol, which is not allowed here in communist California. It is 100% legal for me to carry a firearm on me, according to the United States Constitution. Pretty sweet tunnel here. River National Recreation Area. This is a pretty cool section of road. Follows the river down this canyon. Pretty cool tight sections, rocky cliff edges on the side. Pretty rugged terrain to make a road through. The variation in speed from these cars ahead of me is pretty wide, which I completely understand. When you're driving in a car, things are a lot different than on a motorcycle. Keep finding cool spots where I want to record, where you can see the river down below and the road gets a little tighter. Wow, tree coverage here is crazy. Nice little canopy over the road.
I'm glad I'm not riding with him. You know what I was thinking on the way? It's like, gosh, you know, you really learn to trust your driver. And
well, let's get it up. Let's put the kickstand down.
I hope so. 1, 2, 3.
The size of those trees. Look at that thing. Scale is something that I really can't show in these videos. But you guys will just have to trust me, these are big trees. Redwoods are something else. Looking forward to getting deeper into this. Redwoods can get up to almost 400 feet tall, and the massive sequoias can get up to 350 feet tall. The sequoias are way larger in diameter. Pretty amazing to go driving through this already. We don't have trees like this in Idaho. I mean, not even close. Look at the size of these. massive. Wow. These redwoods can be 3,000 years old. Pretty ancient. Very, very ancient forest. I love how green it is. These trees, they're so tall that they just blot out the sun and create just shadow over the entire road almost. The forest doesn't need to be that thick to really seem that way, because the density is not only out, it's up. The forests we have in Idaho are pretty dense. They're very dense, but they're just babies. We have some pretty big pines, but nothing like these redwoods. Pretty incredible. Look at the size of that. Holy smokes, that's so cool. Never seen a tree like that before. And I'm very aware that as I ride through the mountains in Idaho, that those are equally as beautiful. But this stuff is a scene that I have not been around. I've never seen anything like this. Alright, we are in Crescent City, population 7,400. This is where we're staying for the day. This is our super fantastic room. This guy is what we wake up to every morning. It's crazy looking gecko or whatever. And then I've got the field wall with the peace sign hanging out of it. And then those guys over there. Pretty sure he's got a camera in his eyeball watching me. Yeah. Hard to believe it was like 100 degrees earlier today.
I know.
I let her have you for a couple days, and then
Shut up. You already
she karate chopped.
Way off.
I know. Mine went flying already. It happens.
There's a lot of fog coming off the ocean here in Crescent City. We're going to the Trees of Mystery area. After that, we're gonna go see the giant trees, wherever that's at. Size of those trees, holy smokes. Wow, looks looks like an endless sea of clouds over there to my right. High in elevation, riding along the coast through the Redwoods. There's a guardrail to my right, and then there's kind of a secondary one there. I wonder what that's for. Maybe foot traffic. It's kind of cool how you can see the fog rolling off the ocean as we drop in elevation. There's the ocean off to my right here. You can finally see the waves crashing. It doesn't take much to get away from that ocean fog either. You just take a hard left and then suddenly we're in the clear here. $3 motorcycle toll. Well, this is gonna be cool. Whoa! That was quick. Redwood. Wow, very pretty. We are heading back to Crescent City right now. This is a lot better view than we had this morning. All the fog coming off of here, you couldn't even see the water. Anyways, we're heading back to Crescent City, gonna go check out the lighthouse and the beach. We saw a lot of redwoods today. They are pretty spectacular. Yeah, the redwoods are pretty spectacular, unlike anything I've ever seen before. Just huge, huge trees. And the feel of that forest is unlike anything I've been in. Just way, way different. I'm used to being in the mountains and the trees, but not like that. Hey, don't get on me. You little weirdo. These guys are trying to jump me. Nice little beach here. We are heading to Crater Lake, leaving Crescent City, back into the Redwoods. Stopped by some, well, one visitor center today. Been to 2 visitor centers now, but they didn't have a whole lot of stuff that we would like for souvenirs. The ocean up in the trees. It's actually pretty. It feels majestic in here. It's like having a permanent fog machine. So because we didn't really ride through the Redwood National Forest so much, or the National Park I should say, we pretty much stuck around just the National Forest sections. We went to Trees of Mystery and just rode the highways. We went through the drive-through the Redwood. That was a lot of fun, but there weren't many gift shops associated with those things, so if I see a gift shop on the way out, then I will certainly go to it. Looks like I lost my dad. He's behind me. You can certainly tell that they were careful about chopping these redwoods down. A lot of them go right next to the road. They kind of put their paths around the redwoods instead of cutting through it. Something that we're cognizant of these days, maybe a little bit too much so, but apparently we just chopped down most of the redwood forests back in the day, and I'm not for that. These are some of the most ancient trees on the planet, some of them 3,000 years old. So it's nice to keep them around. That's not to say that we shouldn't cut any down, but maybe we should be careful about how we're doing it instead of just chopping them all down like we used to. I was reading a thing yesterday that said that we cut down like 90% of them. It's like, what? That's pretty crazy. In the early 1900s, I guess they were just chopping things down without second thought. Look how close that tree is right next to the road. Pretty cool, really. It's very shaded in here. Trees go way up there and block out the sun. Currently passing through Cave Junction. Cool little town. I would probably stop somewhere here, but we just stopped for gas because I forgot about this. But we stopped at a little gas station that had a bathroom building outside, and on top of the building was a gigantic fly. I don't know why they built that building and put a gigantic fly on it, but it pretty much summed up how the bathroom was in terms of cleanliness. On the inside there was graffiti and stuff everywhere. It's pretty gross. What's that place called?
Massey's.
Smashies?
Massey's.
Bar and Grill.
A-S-S-E-Y.
Well, hopefully they have good burgers. Went in there, played the lottery game for $1, won $5, so not too bad. Burgers were amazing. So were the fries. Pretty cool area right here. 30 more minutes to Crater Lake. Anyway, it's kind of in a food coma right now. I had a nice double rodeo burger. Actually, it was just a single rodeo burger. Had a nice rodeo burger at that restaurant. Had barbecue, bacon, onion rings. So good. Then I had sweet potato fries. Oh yeah. They had slot machines there. I put $1 in their slot machine and won $5.25 out of it, so that was nice. Figured I'd just pull the money out. I didn't try too hard. Well, I'm only 19 minutes away from Crater Lake. That was River Bridge Campground on my left hand side there. It's a really cool forest in here. Big trees. Not as big as some of the redwoods I have seen on this trip, but really pretty in here nonetheless. Kind of strange, this forest is so evenly spaced in the trees. You can see piles in there. I wonder if that's by design that they're evenly spaced. You can tell they've been cut. I don't know if they've been logged. But there's definitely some piles kind of spread throughout right here, and everything's evenly spaced. Looks like a nice, healthy forest. Pretty dense. Nice and cool in here. Just perfect temperature. Something about this place is just really, really cool. Only 6 minutes until I get to Crater Lake. Crater Lake is less than 2 miles away, I believe. And it is the roads are very tight right here, which is really cool. Well, that's really pretty. Holy smokes. During the late 1800s, the lake was discovered and rediscovered several times and given a new name with each discovery. In 1869, exploring party named it Crater Lake. Although its existence is no longer a surprise, each person enjoys their own discovery upon seeing Crater Lake for the first time. Found many times for the supposedly first time. Is that a boat? I think that is a boat.
Either that or a buoy.
John Wesley Williams said, "I knew when I gazed upon Crater Lake that even though the West was filled with undiscovered wonders, Crater Lake would hold its own." Woot woot! That's pretty. Yeah, I don't know if it is a boat, but it sure looked like it from the other angle. Look it up there. We're way high in elevation. There it is. I bet it will lead us up there. Okay, maybe not. Oh, nice. Did you want to do that, or? No. Okay.
We have to walk it. It's not for bikes. It's getting pretty late.
Well, technically it's not for bikes.
Pretty sure we get in trouble.
Yeah, you're right. Need to go to the bathroom?
No.
At the camera and get a good view of it.
For some reason my helmet wasn't on.
I won't kill us. I'm just not going to look at the road. It's cool because this just feels like a trail going through the mountains. Are you spooked?
Yeah, for a second it looked like there was nothing but the clouds.
Look off in the distance. That's so cool.
There's another lake.
Yeah, there's another lake. Look at those peaks over there, how sharp they are.
Yeah. That might be Diamond Lake.
Might be. Diamond Lake. This actually works good enough.
Look at all those dead trees.
Dead trees?
Yeah, it's a bunch of dead trees.
Oh yeah, down in the valley. Maybe the bugs are eating them or something.
Crazy.
It doesn't look burnt to me. It doesn't look like it's black.
I know.
We're just coasting right now.
I know, I can tell.
The intercom works pretty okay for this type of thing. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I could put the thing back in the muffler to make it quieter. Would make the muffler quiet, but it would reduce our horsepower just a little bit. It would definitely help. Pretty.
Cool, how you can get a view all the way around it.
Yeah. Wow. Want to get a picture?
Yes. With your phone?
Yep. Double, triple check just to make sure we don't get run over. This is really pretty to our left too. Pretty amazing area. I wonder what this road is off to our right. Do we want to hit that?
No, we just need to get going to Bend, I think.
Yeah, but what if it's short and it goes up to that peak? Let's see what this says. Exit Rim Drive. Cheatwood Trail. Okay. Bend is 101 miles. My camera is recording right now, so I just said that on camera. Alright, well, Bend, Oregon is 100 miles away. I am now riding away from Crater Lake. Crater Lake is a volcanic site that was basically making a crater in the earth, a gigantic hole where water settles and made this lake. And it is a really cool site. Diamond Lake is nearby. Off in the distance you can see some really steep mountains. It's so strange how steep those mountains are. I'll show you here right behind these trees to my left. There's a group of mountains right there, just real steep. Pretty cool looking. I don't know if this is going to show up on the video very well, but you can see ahead of me there's a gigantic cloud coming up from, it looks like the mountains in front of me. I don't know if that's smoke, if that's from a wildfire, a forest fire, I don't know. Can't tell if that's clouds or smoke, but there are certainly fires nearby and you can smell the smoke. With an interesting little mini mart across the street. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's open anymore, but Bend is 75 miles away. What town is this? We are 66 miles outside of Bend, Oregon. Chimol is one thing I saw. Just wanted to give you guys an update. We're kind of running into dark here. But like I said, we only have another 20 minutes, so we're going to get there right at dark, basically. And yeah, it's been a great ride today. I'll probably record a little bit more once we get into Bend. Smoke just rolling through, it's very interesting. Guys pulled over to the side of the road here, which makes me suspicious of animals being on the road or something. Very cautious going around vehicles like that. Look at this smoke. I don't know if the camera really catches this. I don't know what visibility is going to look like up ahead, but it looks pretty gnarly to me. Just a blanket of smoke from the forest fires. This is crazy. We need some rain for sure. Why was there a light in the middle of the road? And if I hit that, would I go flying? I don't know, but it seems awfully strange. Alright, well, we got to Bend, Oregon, and we have decided that we want to go get food before we go to the Airbnb to make sure that we can get food. We could sit down and eat, and then we can grab stuff from the gas station too.
Just the keypad is the one that we use, so that one.
There's some room. I was spooked. I didn't know if this was somebody's house. It's undecided if it's original. Cool thing about this Airbnb is you can just take these home and then pay for them. They're only like $10. But the originals, I'm not sure how you get those. She does beer and coffee art. She does regular stuff. See? Goodbye, Airbnb. Well, we're in Bend, Oregon. Got done with our Airbnb, which was a really nice one. Really enjoyed our stay. Rained overnight. It's not supposed to rain at all today, so over here at least. At home, it's supposed to rain for a little bit at 4 o'clock, so we'll see if we get stuck in that. Hitting up a gas station here, and then we're gonna hit the road. Just wanted to show, this is a really steep grade, and I just wanted to show how good this bike is. About just cruising along, I'm in 6th gear, and low RPM, and it can just easily maintain cruising speed 69, 70 miles per hour going up this grade. Update video. What's going on?
I had to pee in the bushes.
She had to pee in the bushes. Well, we stopped here.
We're stuck in the middle of nowhere. This other guy's stuck in the middle of nowhere.
Everybody here is stuck in the middle of nowhere.
Got her keys stuck in the middle of the door.
SWM blown engine over there. Everybody here is out of gas, blown engines, keys broken in doors. So Riley is 40 miles away. We're gonna try to limp the SWM to Riley to hopefully get some mechanic work in. Put some fresh oil in it at least to see if we can limp it. In the meantime, we're siphoning a gallon for this guy so he can get to his next station. And the MT9's over there wondering what's going on. It's kind of getting scared. Well, we met some Canadians and a guy that was out of gas and a convenience store owner who was trying to open up the convenience store and get gas for the dude. Her key broke off, and we finally siphoned gas for this guy, and my dad's engine's blown on the SWM, so it's getting limped to Riley right now. See what we can find there. Really what we want to do is get to Burns though, so we'll see if we can limp that SWM to Burns, which is about 60 something miles. And wow, this SWM is drama right now. There's definitely smoke coming off of it. Well, it's smoking a lot. We'll see if there's stoppage going on. See if we can limp it. Just because it's smoking like crazy doesn't mean it's gonna necessarily lock up, I guess. Well, we attempted to get help with our motorcycle here just to change the oil in Burns, Oregon, and they were completely unhelpful at this Ford dealership. It's supposed to be Ford Power Sports, but they didn't want anything to do with motorcycles, and they said that they won't accommodate an oil change, which is weird. Anyways, we're on to NAPA. Hopefully they will accommodate an oil change. They seem to be pretty helpful. You can definitely tell by the parking lot and at NAPA that there's lots of broken down vehicles. It's all oil spots everywhere, every single time. We got the SWM oil changed. Then we had some food over there at the Pine Room restaurant, which was amazing food. Really good burgers, highly recommended. That's probably the best food we've had all trip. Get that SWM to do another 200 miles. All right, well, we just ate at the Pine Room after changing the SWM's oil at NAPA. We decided to sit down and eat, let the storm pass. We did that, and now we're on our way. We're gonna see if the SWM can make it another 134 miles, I believe it is. The MT-09, the bike I'm riding, has been working great. Let's hope that we don't have any drama with that. The SWM does have that fresh oil change, so we started out by going to Eastern Oregon Power Sports, which is a Ford kind of dealership combo thing, and they were the opposite of helpful over there, so we ended up going to NAPA, and they were very helpful. I let us use their tools and everything to get that oil changed. So nice scene here in front of me. Not sure what that body of water is to my right here. Looks like it might be a little reservoir. But the SWM, I can smell it. I can certainly smell it, but I don't see smoke just shooting out of it. So that tells me that it will probably make it. Another 108 miles. We are getting a light show as we enter Vail, Oregon. Just 39 minutes away from home. Looking forward to it. But I do believe we will stop in Vail just for a quick pit stop. What a great adventure. I've seen so many different things that I'd never seen before. Had a great experience with my family. I've had a really great time, so looking forward to the next adventure. Pretty chilly right now. It feels pretty cold, so looking forward to going home and getting warmed up and sleeping in. Catch you guys on the next video. Peace. Alright guys, I just wanted to thank my Patreon supporters. That would be Lance Darnell, Jim Jolson Jr., Kurt Kinghorn, Daniel Roush, Brian Thomason, Wade James, Moto Creek, Nathan Young, Jason Froling. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you.